So this is the Chiappa M1-9 in 9mm with a 10 round magazine. It's 36 inches long and weighs 5.5 pounds. Comes with one magazine that holds 10 rounds out of the box. Those are Beretta 92 magazines. It doesn't come with a sling or anything else other than this safety dummy round that goes in the chamber. It has a synthetic stock. It has peep sights that are adjustable for windage and elevation. The safety and magazine release are both on the right side of the gun and are not ambidextrous. It has sling mounts on the front left side of the gun, as well as the stock. The bayonet lug itself is plastic and not for actual use. It has mounts on the top of the receiver for a scope. The retailer mentioned that there was a 200 round break-in period for this rifle, which is pretty accurate because it took about 200 to 250 rounds before it started to function properly. Before that, I had malfunctions every single magazine. Every 2 or 3 rounds you'd have to rack it to get a round out because the recoil wasn't strong enough to push the slide all the way back and cock the hammer again. So you'd end up with a round in the chamber and a firing pin that wasn't cocked. But somewhere around 200, 250 rounds, something clicked, because after that it functioned flawlessly and I haven't had a single malfunction since then, and it's been about 200, 300 rounds since then. Sights work well enough and I was getting decent groupings at 50 yards. The bolt does not lock back at the end of a magazine, which I don't like, nor does it have any kind of manual catch for the bolt whatsoever. The gun seems pretty durable and has a strong synthetic stock. Feels solid in your hands. It's not loose or rattly. The grip and the stock are pretty thick. When you get a grip on the stock, you can definitely feel the width of it. Quite thick in your hand. Significantly thicker than any other rifle I own. But it doesn't feel bad. It's just got some thickness to it. The main things I dislike about it are the fact that the bolt doesn't lock to the rear after a magazine or with a bolt catch. The bayonet lug is plastic, and the sling mount on the front of the gun is plastic. The ring itself is made of metal, but this mount is plastic. The slide is a little heavy, a little heavier than I thought it would be. The front sight post is thicker than a Snicker. The main thing I like about this gun is its looks and the fact that it's chambered in 9mm and takes Beretta magazines. Overall, I think it's a great looking rifle that's reliable after the 200 round break-in period. And other than the little things that I mentioned, like the plastic components and the lack of a bolt catch, which is kind of disappointing, I'm still generally happy with it. And it's a decent little rifle chambered in 9mm for under $500.